Welcome back. As you know, I am Eli, the computer guy. This is Roxy, the chihuahua, and this is the Daily Blob, where I shake my brain nipples every day in order to get some of that dirty YouTube money so I can afford to provide you folks hands-on, in-person technology education that empowers you to do whatever the hell it is you want to do in Durham, North Carolina. Silicon Dojo, silicondojo.com. We have a class coming up on AI and web scraping in a couple of days, completely full. Don't come to it, but it is coming up. In 2 weeks, we have a class coming up on extending AI capabilities with REST APIs. We have more and more classes coming online every couple of weeks. If you're interested, make sure to go to silicondojo.com to see what our current schedule is. Do remember, free to end user is not actually free. The reason I shake my brain nips every day is to get to be able to afford to actually provide these classes. If you want to throw some money into the donor box link down below, that would be ever so lovely. And so I have some good news. Apparently, Mark Zuckerberg has a plan. Yes, that's right. He has another plan, right? His first plan was this whole metaverse thing. That didn't go so well after he dumped 40 or 50 billion dollars into it. So then he decided to go into the AI world, and he's dumped tens of billions of dollars into that. And since that's going so well for Facebook, now they're going into robots, or they're pushing more into robots. I think this is an interesting story. Not really for Meta or Mark Zuckerberg or robots or any of that kind of thing, but just to show you how completely and utterly lost most of these big tech companies are going into 2025. They have no idea what the future looks like. I saw the greatest minds of my generation laughing, naked, shivering in the cold dawn of a new age, right? The visionaries of the last generation are completely fucking lost in 2025. And that's one of my frustrations as a technology professional, is basically what you see out of all of these big tech companies is they have no idea what to do, so they're doing what everybody else is doing, and they're dumping a metric crap ton of money to basically to play follow the leader. And while they're doing that, it screws up the market for everybody else, right? LLMs, AI, are they valuable? Yes. Is the stack valuable? Yes. Is it worth, trillions and trillions of dollars? No. But by God, if you need to buy RAM right now, you are going to be paying 200% more than you would have a couple of months ago, because they're building all of these data centers nobody actually needs. And we take a look at the whole robot thing. I find this to be interesting because, again, don't get me wrong, robots is a completely valuable tech stack. I am not snarky about robots. The issue is that they're just trying to dump so much money into this so quickly with the idea that these things are going to be deployed at a scale that is just idiotic, right? I've talked about this in a previous video with Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk wants to create something called the terafab. And the terafab is going to be a wafer fab, supposedly, in the United States. And they're going to create, I don't know, what did I say? I think I said something like 1 million wafers per month, like the wafer. And so absolutely minimum, that would be 1 million chips per month. Wafers normally get chopped into many, many more chips than that. So that would just be millions of chips per month, with the idea that most of these would be used by the Optimus robots, because he thinks every human being will have an Optimus robot. Just like every person has a smartphone now, his idea is in 5 or 10 years, everybody will have an Optimus robot. And the thing that I talk about with these robots is not that they can't be deployed at a massive scale with a massive valuation, but I don't think everybody needs like a robot. Right? If I had a landscaping crew that was made all out of robots, right, that would be cool. But it would be like 5 robots, and they come to my house and they work for a couple hours and then they go the fuck away. I don't want to own the damn things, right? If the UPS man was a UPS robot man, again, right, I could see the value there, but I don't want to own the damn thing. Right? I kind of like cooking. I don't actually need a robot to go fetch me a cup of coffee, right? When you actually look at trying to put these robots into use in the way that we are told, these idiots think we want to put them into use, it just doesn't sound fun anymore, right? When we were told with VR and the metaverse, the idea that, you could slap these monitors to your eyeballs and it would be just like you're sitting at an NBA game. You're like, wow, the only dumbass motherfucker that would say something that fucking stupid is a closeted ass computer geek who hasn't actually been to a basketball game, right? Because I mean, the thought that simply suction cupping monitors to your face would make you feel like you're in the game is just dumb. It's just dumb. Right? And that's what we've seen with metaverse is it hasn't really gone how they've said. And so that's a curious thing now is they're pushing AI and now they're pushing robots. And the curious thing is just think this through as just kind of like a logic problem. Like, okay, they say they want to sell so many robots. How would you actually put all those robots in use? Do people actually want them? Blah, 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 blah. And I think you find that, it gets to be a bit ridiculous. But anyways, Meta is getting into the robot race because Mark Zuckerberg is completely and utterly devoid of any new ideas. Mark Zuckerberg had a really good idea 20 years ago. Do not get me wrong. He had a really good idea 20 years ago, and he has been floundering ever since. But because of how the voting rights work at Meta, nobody can do a good goddamn thing about it. So anyways, Meta is tapping top talent into robotics effort, including the leader behind its smart glasses. So yes, they're pushing into robots. Why? Who knows? As the critical drinker says, why? Who knows? I don't know. Meta is ramping up its fledgling robotics effort by hiring AI talent and moving one of its most influential hardware leaders to that team. Lee-Chin Miller, who led Meta's smart glasses portfolio, including its prototype Orion augmented reality glasses, has become the first product manager of Reality Labs' new robotics group. So it's a new robotics group. Love of God. According to an internal post seen by Business Insider and later posted on LinkedIn, quote, wrapping up our 2025 launches, it feels weird to leave wearables, Miller wrote in her post, but I'm truly pumped to be the first PM on RL's robotics team. Bring it on, RoboCats of the future. Well, hey, that's an idea. Give credit where credit's due. A robot cat? Like, it's a product. Don't know how many of them you'll sell. That's an idea, at least. Miller's move is another sign that Meta is getting serious about robotics. Earlier this year, the company established a dedicated group within Reality Labs led by former Cruise CEO Mark Whitten to develop humanoid robots capable of assisting with physical household tasks, Bloomberg reported. Again, when we look at just this lemming horse crap out of the big tech, everybody is building humanoid robots at this point in time, right? It's not just Optimus, right? There's Tesla and Optimus, but remember with NVIDIA, right? NVIDIA needs to sell a shit ton of GPUs. And so the idea of selling a shit ton of humanoid robots is a big thing for them. So they have these world models. So they have these entire frameworks and systems in place for being able to build humanoid robots. And the curious thing that we're seeing is just a metric crap ton of companies are trying to dump humanoid robots into the world. Which, again, is the weird thing with Mark Zuckerberg and with Meta. Like, what, and truly, without the snark, what is Meta bringing to this particular party? What is the moat? What is the differentiator? Like if somebody was going to say, I was going to buy an Optimus or I was going to buy a China, but then I saw Meta. What do you think Meta is going to be doing that is going to be fundamentally different than anybody else? What is the value differentiator there? And I can't, I just don't see it. As of this week, Meta had about 40 robotics-related job openings on its career website. Some of those positions include a director of robotics product operations to lead a team to deliver, quote, world-class robotics products, an AI research scientist to, quote, invent data-driven paradigms for robotics, and multiple software engineers in robotics. Miller announced her move in a note to colleagues titled Ciao Wearables, Hello Robotics on September 19th, just 2 days after Meta Connect, the company's annual developer keynote, where the company unveiled its first pair of $799 smart glasses with a built-in display and updated versions of its existing Ray-Bans. And I was out there to buy those glasses. Yeah, see those glasses on my shelf? Yeah, they came out with glasses. Did you know they came out with glasses? I mean, I kind of sort of heard about it. Do you know anybody wearing those glasses? Do you know anybody that cares about those glasses? Yeah, I don't. Miller is a well-known figure inside Meta's hardware ranks and has been central to the company's smart glasses strategy. Besides Miller, Meta's robotics team has previously brought in several high-profile engineers, including MIT roboticist Sang-Bai Kim, whom Meta CTO Andrew Bosworth described to The Verge as, quote, the greatest tactical roboticist in the game right now, as well as Jing-Song Yu, the software architect for Orion. Ning Li, a 15-year veteran at Meta, leads the robotics engineering team, a role she took starting in February. Meta's robotics effort is tied to the company's broader AI ambitions. The new organization is part of Reality Labs, the division behind Meta's augmented and virtual reality hardware, and continues to burn money. So this is a continuation of Meta's AI ambitions. Yeah, where are you going with that? What does the win look like? What does the loss look like? What is Meta's goal in artificial intelligence? Who knows? The company is developing its own humanoid robot known internally as Metabot, The Verge reported. So anyways, there you go. In case you were worried that Meta was not getting into the humanoid robot game, by God, they're getting into the humanoid robot game. What are they going to do with those humanoid robots? Who the fuck knows? What is the profit center? What is the business rationale for getting these robots? Who the hell knows? Why am I talking about it? Because the point is, we put these jackasses up on pedestals and we call them rebels and revolutionaries and visionaries, and I want you to grasp that is simply fundamentally not the case, right? These are incredibly boring individuals that have very little imagination. They are simply working on technology and working on things that most people do not fully understand. Because most people don't fully understand what they're working on, it makes it seem like they're revolutionary. At the end of the day, the fact of the matter is they are bereft of any new ideas. They are bereft of any new value propositions to give the world. They are bereft of possibly, the will to live at this point in time. They're just doing what everybody else is doing because everybody else is fucking doing it. And and again, it makes me sad. As somebody that's been in the technology world, again, I've been a tech professional for 30 years at this point. I remember when technology was visionary. I remember when technology was about making the world a better place. I remember when we were pushing the ball forward. And at this point in time, it's not really. What is all of this? Whether you're talking about artificial intelligence, whether you're talking about robots, whether you're talking about so much of this, honestly, right, when we talk about the innovation here, this is financial innovation more than anything else. The real brains of this horse crap are the MBAs and the lawyers. How do you legally fleece societies of all of their wealth? Right? That is basically the real innovation that's going on here. Not any of this technology mumbo jumbo. Because simply having Meta jump into the humanoid robots race this fucking late in the game. And again, it's Meta of all companies, right? This is a communications company. This is a social media company. This is an advertising company, right? For them to be jumping into this particular race literally makes no damn sense. But anyways, that's 2025. 2025. Good news, at least for me, is 2026 is gonna get worse. I mean, the one thing that I have to say about the modern technology world is that people really like to watch a dumpster fire. People really pay good money to watch dumpster fires. And I gotta tell you, going into 2026, you have not seen a dumpster fire yet. So anyways, what do you think about this? What do you think about Meta getting into humanoid robots? Come on, please tell me I've got one fucking Meta employee out there. Please tell me I have one Meta employee that watches my videos. And if you could just give a succinct, like a 200-word, 300-word explanation on what the fuck is going on, that would be ever so lovely. As I've said before, I've talked with ex-Meta employees. I've talked with current Meta employees. I've literally said, look, I understand you may be under NDAs, so you cannot give me specifics, but please tell me, you understand Meta's plan for this huge AI push, right? Where Meta has to be one of the premier AI companies. It's like, you don't have to tell me what it is. Don't tell me what it is. Just nod your head and smile if there is actually a reasonable plan. None of the fuckers have been able to nod their heads and smile. They're like, well, I mean, AGI could be a world-changing technology, and so if Meta was able to get to AGI, it means it would be really valuable. It's like, Jesus Christ. Oh, Lordy. Anyways, this is the modern world of technology. We are, in fact, in. So what do you think of this crap show? Put your thoughts down below. If you like these videos, give us a thumbs up. If you hate these videos, give us a thumbs down. Call me amazing. Call me a dumbass. Just be a real lutnick and put a strong American comment down there. And do remember, I do these to help fund Silicon Dojo, free to end-user hands-on technology education that empowers you to do whatever the hell it is you want to do in Durham, North Carolina. We have a class coming up on AI and web scraping in a couple of days, completely full. We have a class coming up on extending AI capabilities with REST APIs coming up in a couple of weeks. If you're interested, take a look at silicondojo.com to see what the schedule is. Do remember, free to end user is not actually free. That's why I shake the brain nips every day. If you want to throw some money into the donor box link down below, that would be ever so lovely. And with that, see y'all later.